Howdy, mates. Good evening. We're now around dusk time. Now, I figured since it was on the way back to my homestead, I thought I'd check out another park while I was the way back. So we're actually visiting a spot that's called the Peace River Hammock. And it's a park designated by the Polk County Environmental Lands Protection, somewhere along that name. Anyway, we're just south of Fort Meade, so you figure we're definitely in the upper Peace River, because as you can see, it looks relatively narrow right now. And you can definitely tell that it's the type of river that does a meander. That's pretty characteristic of a natural river, as it should be. But this is one of the longest streams in Southwest Florida. You figure it starts all the way at Lake Hancock, which is where I just came from, and then it empties out basically another 80 some miles to the south, and it will meet with the Charlotte Harbor. So, particularly, the type of ecosystem that we're at is something known as a floodplain swamp. So, floodplain just simply means an area where if a river is going to flood, this is where the excess water can be carried, hence the term floodplain. Typically with a floodplain, there is very fertile soil just because of how much nutrient content is passed from the river. And for another, you can definitely tell just based on how sparse the vegetation is that the flooding here is very periodic. Now, basically, hiking here is rather seasonal. You would not really want to go to this park during the wet season, just because pretty much all of what we're standing on would be completely underwater. And given that this is a blackwater stream, I really don't want to take that chance. Just saying. Yeah. Oh, wow. I can definitely tell I got some sun today. Holy cow. It was a warm one. Unusually warm for February. I believe today it reached about almost 90 degrees. But at least there wasn't that much humidity. Oh, thank goodness. Because that, as soon as you throw the humidity in there, oh, it sucks. Just saying. I'm sure a lot of you guys are, of course, aware of that. I can't forget my walking stick. Nope. But no, this is essentially where the trail ends. So, it's a nice place to just relax for a little while. They got like a picnic table that you can, spend some time with family, maybe even go on a date. But typically in these floodplains, you're going to find plenty of sable palm that you see right in front of me, as well as Pignut Hickory, even Bald Cypress. You're really not going to see that much oak down here until you go a little further away from the river. That's just because Bald Cypress, Hickory, those types of trees can handle that periodic flooding. They're able to survive in it just fine. Live oak, on the other hand, they're a little more... granted, they can stay in water for a time, but not for very long. And given how rainy it gets during the summer, you can only imagine how wet it stays through here. So, really, for any of you people who do any fishing, this is actually a really good spot. And I think it would be really nice to actually go kayaking at this portion too. Because at least here, the current doesn't seem as strong until you go further south, where the river tends to widen. Oh man, it's gorgeous. So all right, you guys. Oh yeah, and by the way, one last thing. We really care about these floodplain swamps? Well, for one, they do act as a wetland, right? So they can filter nutrients. And for another, which is a big one, without these floodplain swamps, if they were completely eradicated, there would be more flooding in developed areas than what there already is. So essentially, all of this acts as one big reservoir for excess water. So that, my friends, is why you should care. So, alright you guys, take care, enjoy your Wednesday. Journey on a journey. So once again, onwards. See ya.